We're about to hit week 7 of the NFL season, and things are getting hot and heavy right now. The running back position, though, has been ugly for almost the whole year. Injuries, bye weeks, things are starting to get worse. Setting lineups is starting to be a pain, but I'm here to help. We're going to drop a top 30 running back rankings with tiers to get you guys going, give you something to ponder on when you set lineups this weekend. So let's go ahead and get this party started. We're going to start off here today with tier S. And what I like about tiers, though, is it gives you a range of outcomes with these players. Instead of seeing guys like 1 through 10, you see a guy ranked 5 and a guy ranked 9. You know what? When I rank guys, sometimes when they're like 5 places off from each other, I really have them about the same. So when they're in a tier, they're very close to each other. And I like to move these guys around while I'm ranking, because I'm changing my mind as I go. I'm very fluid with this. I'm very ambiguous. So you're going to catch me move guys around throughout the video. So you're going to want to stick around. But here we go. Top 3 here in the stud tier. Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. The common factor between all these three is I know they're getting a workload. I know they're going to get a top-tier workload, and I know the opportunity share is going to be huge. Eckler, Barkley, huge in the passing game. Derrick Henry's getting a lot of touches. I can count on that. And I'm not really moving much from this tier. These three are definitely going to stay up in here. The next tier, tier A. Not far off from tier S, really. These guys are very productive. You're starting them. You're not benching any of these guys. And they're all very impactful in fantasy. But here they are. Josh Jacobs, Leonard Fournette, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon. Our boy Jonathan Taylor's back. Kenneth Walker, Ramondre Stevenson. So a very interesting tier here. Josh Jacobs has moved his way up the ladder. He's been very productive. He's been getting volume. He's been steady. We'll see how long that lasts. Interesting matchup against Houston. Houston gets themselves in some dogfights. Sometimes they're low scoring. Sometimes they're high scoring. But we're going to have to just hope for the best here and just rely on the touches. Leonard Fournette, you know he's getting workload here. Against Carolina, Tampa Bay should be up in this game, but it could be a slow one as well. So we'll have to see. Nick Chubb, I love him. Usually he's in tier S. Usually I have him up there. The thing about him, though, the matchup. The matchup is a little bit rough against Baltimore. This could be a slow-paced game. Could be a high-paced game since it's a divisional matchup. But you know what? I got him here in tier A, but it doesn't matter. Starting him anyways. I love Nick Chubb, though, this week. Joe Mixon. The thing about him is he gets workload. He gets about 15% target share just about every week. The thing is, though, he just doesn't hit every week. It's just off and on with him, and that's partially due to the offense, the offensive line, and everything else. But you can't ignore it. You got to chase the workload. Jonathan Taylor, injury, ankle. We don't know if he's going to be on a pitch count. We don't know if they're going to let him roll. We don't know if they're going to let him be used more in the passing game. He's a little bit iffy. Some people are going to be scared to start him, but you're going to start him because he's Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to move him back a little bit. Kenneth Walker has been the man of the hour. Juicy matchup against the Chargers. Seattle has been very scrappy this year. I love Kenneth Walker. I think he's a very good runner. I've been putting out videos on him ever since his days at Michigan State last year, doing all kinds of film studies. I've had some of his family members comment on some of my videos. I'm big on Kenneth Walker, one of my favorite rookie running backs out there. Ramondre Stevenson, just getting workload, being productive. Decent matchup against the Bears. Could be a slow-paced game. I'm not really in love with the matchup, but I know he's getting the workload and it's making things happen. Let's go with this next tier. I'm feeling we're going to move some guys from tier B into tier A. And it's Breece Hall, Dameon Pierce, Aaron Jones, Ezekiel Elliott. How do you sneak in there? And then DeAndre Swift. First thing I want to do is I want to move Breece Hall up. I want to move him. I don't know. I need him up. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put him up here. I feel Breece Hall's very safe with his use in the passing game. Also with Elijah Moore being out, they may trickle down more targets down to him. But Breece Hall's ready to explode. I really love these two running backs right here. These two rookie running backs. They've really made this rookie class pretty sound. Dameon Pierce, move him up because they're talking about getting him more workload. I feel like he's safe. I think he's safe to get you about 80 to 100 yards a game. I just want to see him used more in the passing game, but I feel like if they're going to get down there in the red zone, they're going to use him. Aaron Jones, I'm not in love with. I just wish he had more workload, more opportunity. I wish his production lived up to his draft capital. I don't even like Zeke, so I'm going to move him back. But I'm kind of scared DeAndre Swift right now because he's coming back from injury. But a lot of times when he does come back from injury, they tend to use him on that game when they come back. Let's go to Tier C. We're going to mix Tier C and Tier B together. I can just feel it right now. So Raheem Mostert, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tony, my favorite, Pollard, Damian Harris, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, and David Montgomery. This is a very interesting tier. It really doesn't make much sense compared to Tier B. That's the thing. And honestly, you look at these guys, and I look at Pollard and Zeke. These guys just need to be next to each other. The thing about Zeke is I love his matchup against Detroit. I think this might be the game where you get some good production out of him. I feel pretty good about that. But the same thing is with Tony Pollard. Swift, I just want to be conservative with. I feel like he can give you Tier A upside if he's good to go and they're using him. But there's also a chance he gets on a pitch count. We also got Clyde Edwards-Helaire against San Francisco. Usage is a concern. Against San Francisco on the road is a concern. But you know what? There's always a chance he gets into the end zone. And we got Mostert against Pittsburgh. That's going to be a low-scoring affair. I feel like there's some ambiguity there. Travis Etienne has a ton of upside. We're against the Giants. Interesting matchup here. And if I'm going to have these guys up here, I might as well have Etienne up here because he's so explosive being used in the passing game or whatever. David Montgomery. I don't want to sleep on him because he is getting workload, catching balls out of backfield and stuff. Just on the road to New England scares me a little bit. I'm going to put him here up back, but I feel like the upside isn't high, but I feel safe with him. I feel like if you got him, you're more than likely starting him anyways in most of your leagues. Let's start looking at Tier D here, and I feel like D is going to start leaking into C a little bit, and maybe even B. So, James Robinson, A.J. Dillon, Brian Robinson, Melvin Gordon, Jamal Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Kenyon Drake, Tyler Algier, and Kareem Hunt. So I ranked these guys out earlier this week, and I feel like I already need to make some changes. The Christian McCaffrey one down here, I was playing it safe initially, but my gut doesn't like it. I feel like San Francisco is going to use them at least a little bit this week. And you know what? You got him. You're going to start him. You're going to think about starting him. I don't know if put him here and back in B, put him back here in C. You let me know what you think. Just let me know. But I feel like Christian McCaffrey's a guy that you got to think about. So Christian McCaffrey, I'm moving up a bit. I think he's going to get more workload in the passing game than what people are projecting because people are like, oh, San Francisco doesn't target the running backs in the passing game. Well, they don't have a back like Christian McCaffrey either, so you can't really make that statement. We also have Jamal Williams. The thing about him, though, is if they're trying to play safe with Swift, then they're going to give Williams the rock a little bit. Brian Robinson here against Green Bay. I think this is going to be an ugly game. I'm going to move Jamal Williams up a bit because I feel like that could be a good situation there for him. Also, Melvin Gordon, they said that he's going to get some more workload this week. He's going to be the starter. Leery on that, but that could be the game where he just gets a ton of work, or it could be a game where they give him some work and then they lean off of him a bit. Kareem Hunt back here, I feel like I'm a little low on him. I like how he's using the passing game a little bit. This is a matchup against Baltimore that I'm not in love with. Speaking about this game, I have Kenyon Drake here. The Browns is a sneaky team because you can run on them a little bit. And J.K. Dobbins is out. I bet you Kenyon Drake gets some workload. But I'm starting to feel good about these rankings. My biggest question mark of the week is Christian McCaffrey. Where should I put him at? Where should he go? Obviously, I think I'm starting him in a lot of leagues. And I don't I can't get myself to fade him at all. I think he is going to get some usage, and I think they're going to want to use him, and he's going to be out there a bit. I think they can put out some packages where they're using Christian McCaffrey. I think they're going to try and get their feet wet with him and then roll with him for the year because they're just going to have to. And I don't think they're going to trade for him and spend this much to get him without using him. So I think Christian McCaffrey, even though he's a liability, you're just not going to start Melvin Gordon over him. You're not going to start Brian Robinson over him. You're not going to start Jamal Williams over him. Are you going to start Damian Harris over him? Najee Harris? I don't know. Are you going to start James Robinson over him? You get that feeling when you do that. You try to do that in your head, and you're like, that feels gross. So I'm going to have him bumped up a bit. I think he flirts with tier B, but I'm going to be conservative. But that's it. That's the top 30 for this week. Let me know what you think in the comments here below. Let me know who you're starting this week or whatever conundrums you got for week 7. But I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. You need to hit that subscribe button because it's going to help you out for the rest of the year. I'm dropping a lot of waiver wire content, trade content, rankings, updated news, and everything else. I want to thank you, though, for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.